Hey friends, it's Angela here. I'm in my podcast studio today by myself, and I have the Filthy Hooligan. Now let's say this all right. The Alec Bradley Black Market Filthy Hooligan, and I picked this because happy March, right? With March it brings what? We got spring coming. We have March is Women's History Month, which I'm going to touch upon that. Don't forget to get your Filthy Hooligan sticks or any other kind of Irish sticks that you can find at your local cigar lounge, brick and mortar, humidor, this and that, in time for St. Patrick's Day. But what I wanted to say too is they also just make the Alec Bradley Black Market just straight up, not the Filthy Hooligan. So if you can't find your Irish stick for March 17th, then I think you should pick up the Black Market because it's very similar and it's equally as good. All right, so of course I always write this down so I don't mess it up. Now, I don't know if you could see that so close, but I'll put a picture. This is a barber pole wrapper, right? So this is a Honduran Candela, right, the green, and barber pole wrapped with the Nicaraguan jalapa wrapper. So, and also the binder is Ecuadorian Sumatra, and the filler is Honduran and tobaccos from Panama. And let me tell you, this is an excellent smoke. I've had it before. I had it last St. Patrick's Day. So definitely comment below if you've had the Filthy Hooligan or any other type of Irish-based cigar. If you've had that in the past, comment below and let me know. And today I'm just pairing it with my trusty coffee. I actually just brewed some in the house. Actually, let me share this with you, and also comment below if you've done this. I just found Silk brand, I think, puts it out. It's a half and half, but it's cholesterol free. It's got oat milk, half oat milk and half coconut milk. And man, is it tasty. It tastes just like real half and half is in your coffee. So if you've tried it, let me know. I don't know if it's like a brand new product, but it seems new in my supermarket. So I've been drinking it now for a couple months, and it's really smooth. And let me tell you, the coffee I have today, it's like a medium to full body brew I did, and this stick is a medium bodied. Again, it's barber pole, so you get all those like nuances of flavor. There's sweetness in there, and it does pair nicely with coffee. But of course, St. Patrick's Day, it's gonna pair good with your whiskeys too, right? This stick has a really nice, good smoky output, which I love, and there's some nice sweetness in there, kind of like with that hint of that cigar spice that you get. It's definitely really nice, like I said, nice and smoky. So anyhow, I wrote down some fun facts for St. Patrick's Day. Now, I had the opportunity to go to Ireland when I was a teen. I was 16, and I had the absolute blessing of an opportunity. There for 5 weeks, I lived with a family on a farm in County Derry, that is the north, and it was what an amazing time. So fun fact of St. Patrick's Day number 1. The real St. Patrick was born in Britain from Italian parents. His parents were Italian. So there's always those memes that you see going around, right, on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, but St. Patrick was Italian. So they put the clover leaf, the 4-leaf clover there with the Italian flag spilled in. I think it's cute. Anyway, but anyhow, we're here for Ireland today. And then second fun fact, while people of Ireland had celebrated St. Patrick's since the 1600s, the tradition of the parade began in America, and the parade actually predates the founding of the United States. So for 262 years, this year it will be 262 years of the Irish parade, started in New York City, in America. So that's kind of cool. So and then another fun fact is corned beef and cabbage, which I'm sure you've already heard this. Corned beef and cabbage is an American thing. While yes, the Ireland does eat cabbage. I know that from being there and all that. But they mostly have ham, or they just have potatoes and cabbage. But I will tell you this: when I went there on the farm, there was a farmer, Seamus. Now he was one of 10 children of who. Now his sister was went to America, got married, and had 4 kids. I babysat them, and that's kind of like what allowed me. They took me back to her home country, Ireland. This and that. I had that opportunity through that family. But her brother Seamus was the farmer, and it was so cool. And also in Ireland, the potatoes are like the spuds, like this big around. So he would just, go out, and they had their own potato farm, but then they had the cows and stuff. But he'd go milk the cows, come back, and they boiled a large pot of 15 potatoes, and he just took 3 spuds and plopped them on his plate, and just took a fork and mashed them all, buttered them up, ate them like you wouldn't see here. It was so cool, and it just looked so super delicious to me too. Because at my age at that time, I was like, you could just have a plate of potatoes and that's it for dinner, and then it's like my mom was like, eat your spinach or you can't get up from your seat. So he would just eat the spuds, eat the potatoes, and go back and farming. And potatoes are full of vitamins, so I'm sure that's all he needed. But I think that's pretty cool. And okay, so like I said, since it's the top of March, I just want to take this opportunity to kind of point out Cigar Journal magazine. This is the winter edition. I believe it's still going to be on the shelves all of March. Now, I live close to a Barnes & Noble here that's still up and running and operating. I don't know if by you still have any bookstores or any Barnes & Nobles left. But we have one here. And in the Hudson Valley, and I just kind of really wanted to point out, again, March is Women's History Month. I'm a woman doing a podcast, women loving cigars, sister of the leaf, so I kind of wanted to point this out. So, let's see, on page 140, they feature, which is really cool, the article is called Women Welcome, and what it is it features, let me make sure I say her name correctly. I wrote it down, of course. I don't want to mess it up. Anastasia Somiadis. Anastasia Somiadis. I hope I said your name right. She is the founder of capital SOTL, right? We know what that means. Hashtag Sister of the Leaf. SOTL. She's the founder of SOTL Global Movement, and you could find her on Instagram under that, and I'll put it. So for the last few years, Anastasia has been interviewing women about how to feel comfortable in a cigar lounge. So the cool thing is that Cigar Journal magazine will start presenting one women-friendly cigar places per issue going forward. So I look forward to that, because what they kind of were talking about, just kind of like the creature comforts. But I'll tell you, being here in New York, honestly, a lot of the lounges that I've been to, they're very clean, they're very comfortable, and they're very welcoming of myself. Right, and but it is kind of important too, because there's usually, sometimes actually there's been where it has only been myself and one other woman in the lounge with 20 other guys, and it's just, I don't want to say it's intimidating, but I just wanted to say, you guys, you could get a subscription to Cigar Journal, or if you can find it at your local Barnes & Noble or what have you. It's actually, I think, the same price on the stands. It's whether it's $1 or $2 off for the annual subscription, believe it or not. So I buy this in person just to kind of support the local brick and mortar. So especially since it's kind of similar in price. But this magazine, if you, I know I also get Cigar Aficionado, but Please comment below if you also are interested in Cigar Journal, because these are always chock full of really great interviews, really in-depth, in the know, behind the scenes of like the cigar factories and the history of certain brands, and how there's certain like cigar factories that you wouldn't know, but they make other like brands, like I think like JC Newman, and how like Fuente, they like partner up, and they have certain sticks that you wouldn't know actually come out of that factory. So it's kind of cool. They have a lot of behind the scenes on that. All right, so thanks for joining me today. I kind of just, like I said, it's happy March. I wanted to get this information out there. This stick is really good, and like I said, it's got some sweetness with like that hint of that traditional cigar spice that you could pick up. Maybe like kind of like a hint of pepper, but it's got a nice smoke output. It's really burning well. It's a really tasty stick. I greatly appreciate you subscribing, and I will see you next time.